Hello, and welcome back to Girl We Gotta Talk. Today I am joined by Jazmyn Smith. She's a real estate agent living in Denver, a content creator, and most importantly, just a food lover, which is how I fell in love with her TikTok. So, Jazmyn, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you on. I was just saying, I found Jazmyn on my For You, so random, on my For You page, and she was eating chicken nuggets, and I felt like this was a girl that I needed to follow. So I'm really excited to have you on. If you want to do a quick intro before we get started, go for it.
Yeah, I'm from Alaska originally. I live in Denver right now. I have moved around a lot. I have been doing real estate since I was 19. I'm 24 now, and I just recently got into TikTok a year ago, and that's made me get into content creation. And I started my podcast and my YouTube, and I'm trying to do more of all of that, but it's really overwhelming when you also have a full-time job.
Yeah, you have a lot on your plate, and I want to get to all aspects of that in just a bit. But real quick, I like to do rapid fire questions before we jump into everything. So real quick, what is your guilty pleasure meal?
McDonald's.
Okay.
I eat so much McDonald's, it's actually ridiculous.
What is your go-to fun fact about yourself?
That I was on The Price is Right.
You were on The Price is Right?
Yeah, it's
that's
it's always a good go-to. It's a good conversation starter.
Yeah, that is. How did you do?
I went all the way to the showcase actually.
Oh
yeah,
my
and I lost
God.
in the showcase, but I won my original game. That I won my to get on the stage, and I won my actual game when I was on there. So it was a pretty exciting day.
Hell yeah! And you met Drew Carey?
Yeah, I literally hugged him and made him jump up and down with me because I was literally the adrenaline that I had from this was insane.
I love that. What is the most interesting thing in your apartment?
Oh my goodness. My gallery wall. It's just a bunch of iconic 2000s pictures.
I love it. What is the last TV show you watched?
I started Suits last week, and I've been really into that.
Okay. And then last one is, what is something that makes you happy?
TV, any TV.
Fair.
TV is pure serotonin to me.
I love that. Cool. Okay, so we can jump into everything. So first, I just wanted to address we can talk about the whole McDonald's and the food thing because, like I said, I found your TikTok of you just chowing down on some McNuggets, and I just was like, I like it. I'm into it. Okay. But I feel like your content on TikTok is very casual, and I feel like TikTok is all over the place with dancing videos and casual and funny videos and serious videos and makeup and all of that. But I feel like on my For You page, it has become very, casual. And I like that aspect of it because I feel like a lot of other social medias are so amped up and over edited and can just be a lot and, overstimulating.
Yeah.
But I like your TikTok and that you are casual. I feel like you talk to your followers as your friends, and it's just a cool space. So what got you interested in TikTok to begin with?
So I actually lost my job. I got laid off when COVID first happened. I was living in Arizona at the time, and I got laid off in April, and I downloaded TikTok, and I had it and I watched videos then. But once I lost my job, I just really didn't care about anything because at that point my job was my identity. So I just started posting 24/7 on TikTok because I was unemployed and you couldn't get a job because everyone was trying to get a job. So I just started posting on there, and I really didn't get I had a decent follow. I had 20,000 followers when I started this year. And so now I don't know, the more the less I cared about stuff, the easier it was to grow on that platform. And it was just, it's like you said, everything is so overstimulating. And Instagram, I don't really ever feel good when I leave the app. I go into it and I want to scroll, then I leave it and I'm like, well, I didn't enjoy that. That was not fun for me. And TikTok, if I go on there, I leave it and I'm like, oh, I had a good time. That was good for me, which is why I continue to post on there.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way about Instagram. Do you think that Instagram is going to eventually fizzle out and die? I feel like there's been talk of that happening because we have platforms like TikTok, and it's you're getting way more content on TikTok, and it is a happier space, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's way more content. I mean, I post on there like 10 times a day when I haven't posted on Instagram in over a month. Like it's just so different. But I just think there's like such different types of people. Like there's so many people that I know who refuse to download TikTok, but they watch the same videos a week later on Instagram. So I think people are just comfortable in their spaces. So I feel like it won't die for that reason. And it's like even like when like someone starts something, they don't make a TikTok account for what they started. They make a Instagram and a TikTok account for what they started. So I feel like it's been too big for too long. But I'd be perfectly fine if it went away forever, in my opinion.
Why do people, I feel the same way with like people are very cautious about getting TikTok. Like I think there's like a weird stigma with like getting TikTok, and people tell me that it wastes my time, and like sometimes it does. Like it kills some time, but I enjoy it. Like yeah, Instagram can be a negative space. So like
Exactly.
if you're going to leave happier, then get the app. Like what?
That's why I feel like it's fun. Like I don't care about my screen time. Like I spend a ridiculous amount of time on the app, but I don't feel bad about it. So like it brought me joy versus like if I spend an hour going through Instagram, I'm not going to feel good afterwards.
Totally.
So I feel like it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah. So as far as like your followers go, do you feel like it is a positive space? Like, do you get a lot of like positive comments, and like how has that experience been? Because like I feel like you do share a lot of like bits and pieces of your life. So there's like people feel like the need to judge. I mean, your life on the app. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about like how's that been for you?
Honestly, I've been like pretty blessed when it comes to like my followers. Like, I mean, I think a big part of it is like 91% of my following is women. And so like I don't get like hating men in the comments, which I feel like a lot of negative comments that I see on like people that I follow's videos are from men. So like that's kind of takes away, but also yeah, I mean, I get like negative comments here and there, but for the most part, people are like pretty nice to me, which also keeps me on the app. But I don't think I say a lot of like controversial stuff. Like whatever I post is literally like just me, or it's like related to TV. So like there's not like I don't think there's a lot to argue with for the most part. Like the comments that I get, like whenever like I share things, they tend to just be pretty positive, like that I validated someone's feelings or something like that.
Yeah. I saw a video today actually, is why I'm asking, because this girl like posted on TikTok and she's like, "Hey, I posted this TikTok and everyone was like super, super nice. And then I posted a reel on Instagram, the same video, and like it's literally men hating for no reason. And I think it was like a body transfer. It was like this was my body in like March of 2020 and this is my body now, and like I'm proud of that. And like all these women on TikTok are hyping her up like,
yeah,
hell yeah, you look great, like tell me like how you did this. And then she goes to her reels and it's like a bunch of men like fat phobe, you know what I mean, like fat comments.
Oh, it's terrible. It's like worlds apart. I don't understand why it's like that, but it really is. And any transformation too, like whether it's like losing weight, getting your hair done, doing whatever, it's like, oh, you look better before, or like look better without that. It's like, why do you care? Like, because every single time the woman feels so good, and it's like, if they're happy, like, why do you feel the need to take that away or try to take it away? There's just like no need. Men are just so unhappy. I don't even know, but that's always what it is.
It's the men. Okay, common theme, it's the men. So
yes, exactly.
Cool. So as far as like your work goes, you were saying that you have like a lot on your plate. You do like a lot of different things in a lot of different roles. So can you kind of break down like what your day-to-day kind of entails, like your 9 to 5 essentially?
Yeah. So I wake up, I work East Coast time. So I wake up around 6 normally each day, and I do like an hour of like content stuff before I start working. Then I work from 7 to 4, and on my lunch break I normally also do content stuff. But the beginning of my day is normally like team meetings, and then I am on the phone a good chunk of the day, and then I have like consulting with different customers that I'm working with or clients, and so Zoom meetings for that, and then I have regular meetings for like my regular team, and then after work I do content until I go to bed.
Oh my God. Do you ever feel like burnt out? That just sounds like very, very
Yeah. So I have a podcast also, and I do that every single Sunday. I put out an episode, and like this past Sunday I'm like, I didn't even prepare. I was like, I have nothing to talk about. I talked about being overwhelmed. I'm like, I am so overwhelmed right now, and like it's Tuesday and I still haven't posted it because I've been so overwhelmed with like doing all these different things, and I want to say yes to everything. And it's like it's hard because like content I want to say yes to. Like I want to do that because like that brings me joy. My actual job, I don't hate it, but like I don't love it, and I don't want to do it long term. but like it pays the bills like while I'm trying to get my other stuff to pay me more. So like it's like I have to just deal with being overwhelmed, which is just like a difficult thing to do because it's exhausting.
Yeah, no, and that sounds exhausting. Do you ever feel that you like put that pressure on yourself too to like complete everything and like do everything at once, or do you feel like you've kind of found a balance with everything?
I have not found a balance. I've been trying to find a balance for the past 5 years. I
Like
like I'm very, very tough on myself, and I always have been. And I always feel the need to like prove myself. And like if I want to do something, I want to do it right, and I want to like do it like the best I can. So because of that, I end up like over promising myself, and like I'm the yes man. At my last job that I worked at before this one, like everyone knew like if they needed something, they could ask me like no matter what day it was, outside of hours, whatever. Like I was going to say yes because like I just care so much about doing things. But like that's come to like bite me in the ass because I'm exhausted 24/7. It's like, what did I gain from that? Absolutely nothing
Yeah.
most of the time. But it's also like I want to just do things at a high level. So like and I don't want to like I'm not using my opportunity. Like TikTok, if I don't post for like a day, I'm like, okay, well, I wasted the money I would have got from the creator fund, or I wasted the brand deal I would have got from that, or that whatever it is. It's like I have this in front of me, so I don't want to like waste it, but also like I'm tired.
Yeah.
So it is finding a balance, which I just haven't done yet. But
Yeah.
every single day I'm trying to get better at finding the balance.
I think that you're like, I haven't found the balance in 5 years. I think that that's like the tough part about, especially our age. Like you're in your 20s, right? Like it's just such a
Yeah.
weird, we're trying to be like the best versions of ourselves and like set
Hmm.
ourselves up for success. But like in the meantime, like we're drowning. Like there are so
Yeah.
many of my friends that have similar situations, like they're not on TikTok, but they have these work situations where they're yes men. And I don't know if it's like a thing that like women do because I haven't talked to one guy that's like, I say
Oh,
yes to
it's
everybody.
totally a woman thing. I always say that with everyone I work with.
It's so weird that we feel the need to like make other people happy at the expense of our own happiness. And my really really good friend, she works as like an event planner. She's gonna kill me for talking about this, but she's that person. Like she literally wakes up at like 6 in the morning and she doesn't go to bed till like 10 p.m. because she's the girl that you said like you were, where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, can you do this real fast, or like, can you pick up my slack? And she's like, yeah, of course. And now everyone knows in the office that that's the girl to go to if you have stuff to do you
Yes.
can't get to. And now she's drowning in other people's work. And I'm like, you
And people
can't
take
be,
advantage of it, which
yeah.
is like so terrible. It's like I'm like you get taken advantage of for being a good person. And it's like,
Yeah.
why?
It's a hard line too because you don't want to be, and I was just talking to somebody else about like how you come across in your job, like
Hmm.
like would your friends like you at your job?
Yeah,
And
no.
someone was like, no, because I'm a bitch. Like, I'm very hardcore. Like, my
Yep.
emails are very straight to the point, and like, they probably think I'm mean, but I have to be that way because if I'm not, then I'm the person that everyone throws their stuff on, and I do get taken advantage of. And like, it's such a, you have to, it's so weird.
It's like you have to be a bitch to be respected, which is so messed up. But like it's so true. Like at my past jobs, if I wasn't, then like I wasn't seen like as an equal with people who I was way more qualified than, just because like I'm a woman, which is ridiculous. But that's just how like the corporate like any workspace is like in entirety, which is ridiculous. But it is that way, and I feel like everyone's like you have to grind, you have to do this like toxic environment of like wanting to get somewhere. But it's like, do I even really want that? Like, do I like the person that I'm working towards being like, do I really want your life? I don't. Which is what I've realized in the past like 6 months. I'm like, I don't want to be any of these people. Like,
Yeah.
no.
And that's like such a harsh reality too, because um for me, so I work in marketing, which is, I mean, I have a 9 to 5. So I
Yeah.
like the job, but it's funny because I told myself when I graduated high school that I didn't want the 9 to 5. Like I didn't want the like desk job my whole life and I didn't want to be stuck. So I had all these like aspirations of being certain thing. Like I changed my mind on everything and I eventually went into communications as I went into communications in college and like really wanted to be like a broadcast journalist, and then that kind of shifted and like I found marketing and PR and I liked that, but like now I feel like I'm in that spot where I told myself like I didn't want to be, and I'm feeling like, okay, well now what, you know? So as far as like goals that you have like moving forward and like in your 20s, like you said, you don't want to be at this job forever. Like what are your goals like moving forward?
I want to quit my job. Not because I don't like it. I don't love it. And I hate spending time doing anything that doesn't bring me joy. I just don't feel like it's bringing me joy. And like I want to do like content full time. Like I'm planning to do that like by the end of the year. Um, but it's also hard to like devote the time that I need to after my full job every single day to like get to the point to where I can do it full time. So I kind of just like want to quit and just start doing it full time. Like if I have 40 hours a week that I don't have right now, I feel like I could grow so much quicker. But also like one thing that keeps me at corporate jobs is like insurance. Like I don't like when you're like completely on your own, like having to pay for like actual insurance is like so terrible. And I just don't want to deal with that, which keeps me at my job. I probably would have quit a long time ago, like from many jobs if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, because that's a bold move to like drop what's, helping you pay your rent and like insurance and things like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time we're young and yeah, just do whatever makes you happy at that point, right? Like,
Yeah. And like the corporate world isn't going anywhere. Like if I decide to take a year off and like try to like do whatever I'm doing, like I don't think it would be difficult for me to like get back into a space if I wanted to. But I don't want to regret not trying it because I wanted to spend my time in corporate. Like that's just not I couldn't deal with that side of regret. I can deal with the other. I can't deal with that one.
yeah. Oh, that totally makes sense though. So, do you have like any advice for people listening that are close to graduating college and like on the brink of like going into this like potential corporate world or like working in your 20s? Do you have any tips for them?
Yeah, there's so many things I wish I would have known. Like my biggest thing for one is that like first impressions, like in the sense of how you do your work and when you work and setting boundaries. Like, because if you say yes to something literally your first day that was not within your realm of work and was not like included in your role, you just set the expectation that however long you're working there, you're willing to do that. And you can't take it back once you start. Like once you take on different opportunities, there's no giving it back. You're stuck with it. And I think like I take so much pride in my work and I always have. And at the end of the day, like no matter where you're working, like you can be killing it, but you're just a number. And it does you no good to go over the top. Like it benefits a company and it doesn't benefit you. Like you're not going to get the giant promotion you think you're going to get because you're putting in all these extra hours during the night. No, you're going to still get laid off when the company has to go down because of COVID. Like
Oh my
the
god.
people who didn't work nearly as hard as I did, who didn't have nearly as good stats as I did, whatever it was, who got to stay and I didn't. And I'm like, I did all of that for what, like 2 years of my life I was working my ass off and it wasn't even appreciated. And I can't take that back. But when I got to go to a new job, I was so excited because I'm like, I get to reinvent myself. I get to set boundaries and be like, I'm not going to reply to you after 5 and actually stick to it. Because I tried to be like that and reset boundaries at my old job. And it's like people already knew that I was going to reply. So they're going to message me afterwards. Then I'm going to have anxiety because you're messaging me and I'm not replying. So I'm like, I'm just going to reply anyways.
Yeah.
So boundaries I think are really important and knowing what your role really takes. And if something isn't within your role, like you need to have that conversation and like be stern with someone when you're first getting started because there's just no taking it back.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good though because I think I hear this all the time. It's like you're just a number thing. Like if you walked away from your company, yes, you might be like a vital part of like your company's success, but they can easily hire somebody else
Yes.
for the same role and they can probably do just as good as you.
And
Um,
pay them less.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's a good like thing to know going in because I feel like in college you're prepared for so many things, but you're not really prepared for like the corporate world. Like I didn't really know what I was getting into and I did like internships and stuff, but nothing to the extent of like my job currently. And I feel like I went in kind of blind. Like I didn't really understand, yeah, like not responding to somebody at 5 because then they're gonna know that you answered after 5 and things like that. And um, I think first impressions are huge. I think exactly what you said, those boundaries, but also show them that you know what you're doing and you're confident in yourself because as soon as you show that you're not, things can go a different way for you. So, yeah, it's a scary world for people that are like graduating right now. So I felt like we need to help them out a little.
Oh yeah, no, it's not it. It's even scary just being in it years later. It's still
Currently,
not
yeah.
like a fun place to be at. But also too, like I wish I would have like as I've as I get new jobs, like I always like find the one person who there's always one person who knows everything, not just about the job, but about the company and about who you can trust and who you can't trust. I think it's really important to find out who that person is because you can pretty much tell like your first day of work who's in the know and like make friends with that person and find out who you can trust and who you can't, because there are plenty of people who will stab you in the back, and who you, if you tell something to, they will throw you under the bus, and you like want to know that before before you're actually thrown under the bus. So finding that person I think has been super helpful for me with every role that I've been at, and I wish I would have done that in my previous roles because I could have saved myself getting thrown under the bus for doing nothing.
Yeah. That's a good tip too. I think like finding friends is also like goes along with that, because I think post grad finding friends is like a very difficult thing to navigate when you like move to a new place for a job, or move back home essentially. Like you're all alone again, and it's like freshman year of college like all over again.
Yeah, I didn't go to school, so I never like I didn't go to college, so I never like made like my group of friends that like you normally make when you go to school. But I
Yeah.
move around all the time, and I always have to make like I normally don't know anybody when I move somewhere. It's like I have to make new friends every single time that I move, and it's very weird to do. And I've always become best friends with my coworkers because I'm like, where else am I going to meet people? Like,
Yeah.
there's literally nowhere. Especially during COVID, I'm like, I'm not going out anywhere. I'm not meeting anybody.
No friends for me. I think it's just like a weird, like you don't think about it like making friends as an adult.
Yeah.
Like you just feel like a child again, and you're like, how do I navigate that? How do I do this? How do I talk to people?
And then you overthink it because you're an adult.
Yeah.
Versus as a kid, I was like, I'll say hi to anybody. You don't think twice about it. I'm like, now I'm like, am I weird? Do you think I'm weird? Like just different areas.
Yeah, it's very different. So I wanted to talk to you about TV, because I think that you like share a lot of the shows that you watch on your TikTok, and I feel like them the same way, where like would you choose like a TV show over a movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I feel like I get a lot of hate for that. Like so like okay, because I guess people's argument is like you can watch a movie like faster, like you can sit down and watch like an hour movie, be done, and like go on with your day. But I like the community, like the feeling of like being a part of a show. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that's how I am too. I literally say all the time, I don't watch shows that aren't at least 6 seasons because I want to get so emotionally attached to the characters to where I feel like I'm a part of whatever's happening, and I want to I get crushed when anything happens, or I get super happy when something happens. Like I want that feeling, and like when I finish a show, like I'm distraught because like that was like my family for the past month that I was binging this. Now it's gone.
I know. I like the last couple shows I've watched, I've really gotten like screwed over because they end up being like 1 or 2 seasons, and I need to start checking before.
Yeah, I do research.
Because I just finished a show. I don't know if you've seen it. Probably not if you watch 6-season shows, because it's 2, but it's Friends from College, and it has like oh, I'm not gonna be able to remember anybody. Oh my god. Who's in it? It's like the actress from like How I Met Your Mother, and then it's like
I feel like I did watched it, and I saw that it got canceled and I stopped watching it.
Okay, well, I didn't see that, and I watched it through season 2, and I thought there was like
yes, I just looked it up. I did watch it, and then I saw that it didn't get renewed, and I stopped because I was like, I can't handle it.
You're so smart.
Open endings. I need to know what, like, I don't want to wonder and like make up my own idea of what happened. I want to know what you planned on writing.
And like that was not a show for it to be canceled, because I just like I didn't get any of those answers.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
And it was like a decent show, so I was gonna okay. But what are like some of the last couple shows that you've watched? Like what would you recommend?
Yeah, I just finished watching a show that's like my new favorite, and it's only 1 season. I don't do short season shows, but it's got renewed for season 2. Okay. It's called Love Life, and it's on HBO Max. It has Anna Kendrick in it, which I'm not a big fan of. I think she's kind of annoying, but I didn't even notice that I thought she was annoying in this show because I was so into it. It's a rom-com, but it's a rom-com TV show. And it's like her finding her person, basically. It's like, I think it's like 10 episodes, but they're only like 25 minutes each. But really good. I was like an emotional roller coaster going through it because I felt so attached to the character. I didn't even care that it was 1 season because of it. But I've made like everyone on TikTok, not everyone on TikTok, but like I keep making everyone watch it because I wanted to talk about it with people.
Yeah.
And I've gotten no negative reviews about it. So that's a big one for me that I just finished. Well, it was short, but yeah, season 2 is coming out. And then I also just finished 13 seasons of this show called Heartland. It's a Canadian drama. I like it randomly started by itself on by Netflix one day. And it's like this sounds weird to say a horse show, but it's like it is like this family who like is on a ranch and like they have
Yeah.
horses, whatever. There's more to it than that, but like it's 13 seasons and it's still on TV, like it's still filming. So it's a very long show, but you get very attached to the characters. Like this person started out when she was in high school and now she's like married with kids.
Yeah. See, that's what I need because I just recently finished Gilmore Girls, which I know I'm so
Oh, I
late.
love Gilmore Girls.
But I like started it like at the beginning or the end of college, and then like I did not have time for it, and like I was like, okay, this is my time to finish it, and that was nice because it's like 7 seasons, so I knew like I had time and I could like invest, and I didn't have to get my heart broken. And then I watched did you see the like reboot on that?
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't watch it because, and I didn't want to, but then I was like, I mean, it's right here on my screen. It's telling
Curiosity.
me, and yeah, it was kind of a letdown. I don't know.
That's what TikTok told me. That's why I didn't watch it. People were like, I'm frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just weird because like Rory is. I don't have to get into it really, but like Rory is like this perfect student, and like the whole show is like her going through like all these successes, and then it's very much the opposite in this reboot, and I'm like, what is going on? Like everything I know is nothing. Like I don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't line up. It doesn't match.
And it was just not the same show. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get your like thoughts on some shows. I feel like, oh, I just started The Circle. Okay, I didn't watch the first season of The Circle for some reason. It started the second season for me. Have you watched any of that?
I haven't watched it. I don't watch any reality TV because I don't feel connected to people. I like the fake shows because like I feel like it's like a deeper connection. Like real people, I'm like especially when it's reality, I'm like I just find you so fake that I can't connect with you anyway. For the most part, it's like I haven't tried it. I mean, I've seen some reality TV shows here and there, but I haven't started that specifically because I like my characters that are fake. I like the little world that I live in when I'm with them.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say that. That's like a very interesting point though. Well, I think too with like reality TV, I know that most of it is not reality, but
Yeah.
it's the entertainment aspect, and that's why I get sucked into it. But yeah, this like The Circle started. I've seen it on like TikTok and stuff, and I was like,
yeah,
what is this junk? Like it did not look good to me.
people keep asking me to watch it. I'm like, guys, I'm not watching it.
It's interesting. It's like a good like in the background show, like
Yeah.
not really having to pay attention to it. But yeah, I need a new show now, and maybe I'll watch Heartland because that seems like a really good one. I just need to not get heartbroken by it ending immediately. Like
Yeah.
everything I've been watching. I watched Firefly Lane. I thought that was pretty good. And
I liked that show. I watched that really fast too. Have you seen Big Little Lies and Little Fires Everywhere?
Yes, at the beginning of quarantine, I was like, done.
Yeah, so good. There's another one that's
Little Fires Everywhere. Like that one hurt though because that's just a one and done.
Oh, I was so upset that I didn't know it was a one and done when I started it.
And I googled it.
I normally do research, but that one started playing on its own on my TV. So I was like, oh, cool, this is awesome. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's no more. Like when it ended, I was like Googling so quickly. Yeah. I was like, I need more information.
I've never been more upset by a show like ending like that. Like I literally ran to Google and I was like, when is the second season coming out? And it was like, it did not get renewed. They're not doing it.
Yeah. I was very disappointed. It was so good. There's another one that's similar to that. Well, not similar to it, but like if you like those, you probably like these. It's called there's two Netflix ones they're like a little bit corny, but like Gilmore Girls type corny kind of thing where like it's not.
One that just came to mind was Dead to Me. That one was like a really good one I liked with Christina Applegate. I
don't think I've watched that yet.
That's a pretty good one.
I have it like written down on my thing. What is this freaking show called? This is gonna drive me insane. I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Look, I like a good movie, but I have to be persuaded. The trailer has to be good. And I have to be in the mood. Like it's just like you have to be in a different mood for a movie than you are a show, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Have you seen The Bold Type or Younger?
I've started both of those. Okay. But I didn't get into it yet, and like maybe
like a lot of shows like that, I feel like they don't start off super great because like they're not sure if they're going to get renewed, and then once they do get renewed, then they start investing more into it, and then the show gets better. Those end up both going like 6 seasons, and they end up being a lot of stuff happens, but they are a little bit slower when you first start.
Yeah, I've heard really good things, so maybe I'll just get into those because I need I need just a new.
Oh, the show is called Virgin River.
Okay,
It's on
yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah. I've heard good things. My mom actually watched that and she was like, you'll love this.
Yeah, it was good.
Same with like Heart of Dixie. I feel like those are like the
Oh, I loved Heart of Dixie. I binged that forever ago, like so fast. Same with there's another Netflix one that's called Sweet Magnolias. That one's good.
Yeah, I feel like those are all the same vibe. Like very, very similar.
Exactly. Like they're pretty feel good, but kind of still interesting, but a little bit corny.
Yeah. I like it. Do you have like any movie recs, or are you just like literally don't watch any movies?
The only movies I watch are rom-coms, and I only watch like older rom-coms. Not older, but like 2000s rom-coms. I don't even know. I couldn't even name a recent rom-com.
I've been watching like all the 90s rom-coms. I feel like they're starting to come up on Netflix. Like Sleepless in Seattle is really good. And then
they added Notting Hill on there too. They've added a lot of them on there.
I need to watch that one. Wait, I'm blanking on this one. It has Sandra Bullock in it.
Oh, The Proposal? Or like the one
it's a
is it a 90s one?
Yeah. God, it was so good. I literally like cried. It was so good. Shoot. Oh no, movie. It's gonna.
Trying to think of what other rom-coms she's in.
Oh, While You Were Sleeping.
I don't think I've seen that.
You need to see. It is so good. It's like about.
I'll add it to my list.
This is now my like top 5 movie. It's basically like this guy. Like, she works at a train station. She sees this guy like go on the train every single day. She has like this mad crush on him. He falls onto the tracks and goes into a coma, and basically like his family thinks that she's the girlfriend, and so she plays along this whole time, and there's like a lot more to that, but it is.
Oh wow, that sounds like a good plot though.
Yeah, it is very, very good. Like, oh my god, I can't even express it. I forgot about that.
I'll add it to my list.
1995. Yeah, so I've been watching like 90s rom-coms, but
they did a really good job with 90s rom-coms and early 2000s. Like those, they did a good job.
They don't make rom-coms like those anymore, you know?
No, they really don't. It's really disappointing. That's why I just recycle them. But like they're so good that I don't even care that I'm rewatching them.
The Kissing Booth, like it's just not. It's not.
That is a like it's. I mean, I watched it and I will continue. When the new one comes out, I'll probably watch it.
There's a third one.
Like this is corny. I was like, I don't want a high school rom-com. I want like a mid to late 20s rom-com. But I also like at the same time, it's like have been some like high school rom-coms like from like the 90s that are good. Like why can't they bring that energy back? It's just so different.
It's just not the same, and I don't know why. And also when they do those high school rom-coms, it's like so unrealistic.
It is, and it's just cringy. I'm like, I'm like, who was writing for this show? Because no one in high school would have done this or would do this currently.
Oh my gosh, did you see Ginny and Georgia?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of, was that stupid Snapchat. I'm like, no one would do that. Like, no one would do that. Like, make it stop.
Just thinking, I was like, it's like Happy Friday. I'm like, literally never.
Everything that most of those, even just that 100 guy, I'm like, everything that he did in that movie, in that show, he would have been bullied at any school. I don't care what school it would have been. Like, that would not have flied. I don't care. Like, that is weird.
Break into dance, like in the
yes, and tap dancing of all dancing.
Right. Like, let's be real here. No. I thought that was a decent show, other than the hunter aspect.
Yeah.
I think that's getting renewed. I think that's going to be coming
out. I saw that it did get renewed.
It did?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. I was like, it's where I get all my news.
Good. One really good show I'll recommend, like last show I'll recommend, is The Wilds on Amazon.
Someone told me on TikTok to watch that, but I haven't done it yet.
That was one where I watched it in like 2 days.
I have like a long list of shows that people have like recommended, but whenever I finish a show, normally one just starts automatically on my TV afterwards, and like if it's good, I end up finishing it. So I never actually get to my list of shows.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's literally the same way, because my boyfriend is a big movie guy, and like he'll always recommend something, and I'm like, he's like, you never like go to the list, you never look. I'm like, well, as soon as I finish, Netflix hands me one that I know that I'll like.
Yeah, I love the algorithm.
Right, so I just do that. But
what kind of movies does he like?
he likes all, I mean, I'm about to watch another movie with him that's like a little intense. It's like a war movie, maybe, like not a war movie, but like there's a lot of guns and violence in it. And
Yeah.
sometimes I can't handle that and sometimes I can. He loves a good like Marvel movie, which
I've never seen anything Marvel at all ever in my
I
life.
never would have if I wasn't dating him, but those are like I can handle those. Like Star Wars movies, like I can't handle those. I don't like
Never watched that
like,
either.
get into it. Marvel's like there's a comedic aspect to it, and I can, like, deal with
Yeah.
that. Or just like comedies. Like I just watch like random stuff, but he's pretty much the only reason I do watch movies. Like I'm the TV
Yeah.
person. Like I
That's
wouldn't watch
fair.
a single movie if I wasn't dating him. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much today's episode. Do you want to let everyone know where they can follow you, find you, all of that good stuff?
Yeah, all of my social media is just Jazzy. I don't know. It's three Z's and Jazzy, and it's IDK, not actually. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. And then my podcast is called Bringing Baggage, and it's on everything.
So what is your real quick, what's your podcast about?
Yeah, I randomly just started a podcast during like a couple months ago, just because one person asked me to do it on TikTok. I was like, if one person asked me to do anything, I'll basically do it. But it's basically I go on like TikTok live every week and I ask for a topic, and whatever topic I feel like comes from it, I just talk about that. I did an episode on like being single, one on depression and anxiety, on moving and making new friends. So whatever comes up, that's just what we go with.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Super relatable stuff too. Cool. Yeah. So be sure to follow Jazmyn on all of those socials and I will tag you in everything. So definitely check her out. But thanks for coming on here. It was so fun talking.
Thanks for having me. I love talking about TV.
I know I probably could have gone like way longer on that, but I don't want to bore people. But yeah, definitely listen to all those and I will listen. I'll or definitely watch all those and I will.
Oh, I have them written down. I'm gonna have a movie weekend this weekend. Like
Okay.
it's supposed to snow here, so I will be in front of the TV again.
Oh my God, snow in May. I don't know how I feel about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't love it. That's for sure.
I don't love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on again. Be sure to follow Jazmyn on all the socials, like I said. And be sure to follow Girl We Gotta Talk podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and watch full episodes on YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.